listeners, wherever you might be watching us from. We are here once again, of course, resuming duties here, being the 4th of December 2023. Of course, trust everyone is doing great, amazingly great. Let's go for spreading our life. Today, we are here to discuss very pertinent issues, of course, bordering on the social, political, and economic, of course, sphere as it has to do with the country. It appears, of course, things are no longer at ease. It is reported that over 4,000 doctors, of course, have migrated, have left the shores of this country for other senior society where their supposed, of course, value could be appreciated. These are Nigerians leaving the shores of their supposed country because they consider their country to be anti-humans and would not, of course, foster or encourage their professionalism. That is quite sad. What is the implication of this, of course, to the population of this country? If Nigeria is losing 4,000 consultants, medical doctors, and nurses, then who takes care of the medical health scheme of this country? When you go to different, hospitals, government established hospitals, you see, of course, that everywhere is deserted. There are no medical personnel to take care of the patients, and of course, the outpatients ratio to doctors is something very uh, psychologically damaging, and that is quite sad. It's quite unfortunate that this is happening in a country that is blessed with unimaginable human and natural resources. Being trapped in this quagmire, being trapped in this unfortunate mishaps. Someone may ask, why are they living? Why should they live in the first place? I mean, these are people who, of course, have passed through a rigorous process of course, university studies and have graduated to contribute their own quota to the development of the nation or the society. But unfortunately, the society they want to serve has no value placed on them, does not care for them, does not even give them the enabling environment, I mean, convenient for them to operate and exercise of their professionalism and contribute to the welfare of all and sundry. But this is quite sad. The same political class will always jet out of the country, of course, for Western worlds, Europe, America, Germany, to access the best facilities, health facilities, healthcare system, while leaving their supposed country in shambles. This is quite sad. I think Nigerians should begin to ask questions. Why should an average political class jet out of Nigeria when it has to do with medical checkups and trips with their loved ones and promise? But the masses of this country are left with nothing, of course, to survive, with little or no chances of survival. This is the very important issues that we have to discuss, and we hope you will participate in this discussion this morning. It is quite sad. It is quite unfortunate. In one of the instances, when I took my son to hospital, you know what happened? In one of the general hospitals here in Ifako, to be precise, there the doctors were discussing their welfare packages. When are they going to give them their welfare packages? And my child was vomiting and stooling. You know, he has some infections which needed urgent attention. The guy was vomiting from night, all through the night, and we happened to go there in the morning to, of course, seek for medical attention. Do you know, up to 2 o'clock, we weren't attended to 2 p.m. While the doctors were discussing about their remunerations, whether they will proceed on strike or not, or whether, of course, their welfare packages will be delivered to them any moment from now. Before the presence of the doctor, my child was vomiting. And I asked the doctor, this child has been vomiting since morning. That was when he started attending to him and asked me to go and run a test. When I get to the department that runs the test, the lab department, they told me that I should expect the result by 5 p.m. I mean by 4:30. You can imagine that. Such critical issues were not given a prompt and due, of course, attention it deserves. And I was angered. I went back to the doctor in a FACO medical center, general hospital. I told the doctor that, doctor, look at what this man, the people could not attend to me because they said there are other people that needed to be attended who came before me, which is quite understandable. But this issue is an emergency. It involves a child. He was then less than 2 years, stooling and vomiting. Of course, we are just giving him the hydrated oral drip to sustain him. He was not eating anything. He was not sucking breast. He was not eating anything. And the doctor wrote a paper and asked me to go back. I went back, and unfortunately, they turned down and said there's nothing they can do. That who is the doctor? You see, I came back and collected all the papers, all the documents and files of my child. I tore it in the presence of everyone. Said, this is the last I will visit this useless system. And I did it, waiting for the worst to happen, but unfortunately, the worst will not happen. We now went and go to pharmacy and get one or two drugs and give to my child. I said, God, if this child survives, we give you praise. But I know nothing will happen to him. And indeed, nothing happened to him. But such devastating experience was something I will never wish anybody. This is the reason why, unfortunately, millions are living. Thousands of medical consultants are living. IT experts in different banks and institutions are leaving the source of the Nigeria. The universities are short of lecturers. The lecturers are leaving the source of this country. What is now left? Who will build the country? If lecturers are leaving, IT experts are leaving, doctors are leaving, nurses are leaving, carpenters are leaving. Is it the arboros and politicians that will build the country? You can imagine a country that has over 133 million of its supposed citizens, multidimensionally poor, are sending delegates of 1,411 delegates to Dubai. Dubai that once came to borrow money from Nigeria during Obasanjo time. Obasanjo mocked Dubai, said, what good can come out of Dubai? This is where they are now touring. It has become a tourist center of attraction for the Nigerian politicians, where they go and squander the looted funds, the public funds, and build mansions for themselves. It is quite sad. Well, we have one of our esteemed fan reviewers who will want to deliberate on this. Mr. Chinedu, you are most welcome to this wonderful show this morning. Let's continue the discussions, and it is quite sad, honestly, and this is becoming an issue of concern. Good morning, Mr. Chinedu. Mr. Chinedu has been, of course,
good morning, viewers.
Analyst and activist to the call, and we hope you will enjoy him this morning. Yes, 4,000 doctors leave the source of this country. And what becomes of the medical healthcare system of this country?
It's unfortunate that we continue to have mass exodus of our medical experts to foreign lands. It's not a good thing to write home about, And over the years now, this Japa syndrome has taken effect in all the professional sectors in Nigeria, and it has continued. Recently, it's alarming. And we don't need any body to tell you reasons why we are having mass exodus of professionals, especially from the medical health care sector. It's unfortunate anyway, but it tells a lot of story about Nigeria. It tells a lot of story about leadership failure. It tells a lot of story about the black man mentality. It tells a lot of story about how we, as a nation, as Nigerians, we are able to destroy Nigerians by ourselves. The world has continued to, enjoy, human resources as a result of this exodus. Nigerians are out there doing massively well. Look at what during the COVID-19, the guy that that produced that vaccine, it was once good in Nigeria here, but he left and he became a celebrity over there. So what is actually the problem? Until we begin to, see those problems, challenge those problems, get it done, treat it, maintain it, we will not continue to have this kind of heartbreaking news every day. We are having quacks all over the places. Go to hospitals. The nurses are unprofessional. The doctors prefer their private hospitals. A situation where a woman that's supposed to deliver a baby without operation, they will do something so that they collect the money. They put women into pains just because of money. They want to make ends meet. Where is the professionalism? So instead of these things has been happening, and the government themselves, they know, and they know how to impoverish Nigerians. They are experts. Their leadership in Nigeria is about creating poverty, uncertainty. That is how it has been over the years.
Poverty, uncertainty.
Yes.
And don't you think they're benefiting from that? Because doctors are living, more intellectuals, learned fellows are living. That will be to their advantage.
On this platform, I said it some time ago, when you talk about institutionalizing institutions, the institutions of which the democratic principles are built on, when it collapses, it affects every other thing. It's not really, we should have a stronger institution. It's because we don't have a strong institution manned by competency, and we have not been able to get that right, as in having a strong institution, and that is what we are experiencing. And nobody want to live, a life of regret. People are adventurous. That is true. So people want to go to a place where they will be acknowledged, where they will have equal value for their money and all that. But what will actually keep them is leadership. And if the leadership has failed, then, see, that's why we have quacks. Look at, there's this speculation that Mohbad too, died as a result of, wrong administration, injection given to him by you understand. Go to hospitals, general hospitals, government hospitals. They don't want to attend to you. The nurses there can't attend to you. They don't want to attend to you until you go to their private hospitals. That one they will show some level of professionalism. The whole thing has decayed.
My pain is that the political class are not affected by this mass exodus.
What concerns them? The medical tourism, where they are there, they have foreign doctors. Once there's any slight headache, they flew them abroad, and that's the end of the day. So they don't go through what an ordinary Nigerian go through on daily basis, trying to maintain his health care. You know,
In the midst of all this, it's quite sad. Of course, as a fans, kindly hit the like button, share this video, and let everyone watch. And before I continue, yes, someone, one of the viewers asked for your number yesterday. I mean, for your account details. I don't know if he's watching now. I hope you got it. If not, let's know so that we can, of course, forward it. Yes, thank you. In the midst of all this mess, the same political elites have the guts to expand the common, the scarce resources of the nation in frivolities, in things that does not have any positive advantage of bearing on the masses. Imagine this ongoing, conference for climate change on all that. Nigeria have the highest delegates, 1,411 delegates.
it's more than that.
Escorted the
It's more than
the
that.
president.
It's more than that.
To do what?
It's more than that. You see, that is executive recklessness. That shows that Tinubu is not even a Democrat. He's not competent. We know Tinubu is not competent. All this globalization of look at what is Makinwa, an actress, doing in a conference where they are discussing climate change.
Intellectual discourse.
What is actress, Nigerian actress doing there? What is their contribution? What is Nigeria's interest in the so-called climate change conference? What is Nigeria? Has Nigeria got to contribute to the extent of sending up to 1,500 delegation to Dubai at the expense of taxpayers?
Taxpayers' money.
And you call this? I don't know. I don't know that. Well, a lot of us have this reservation that Tinubu is not worthy. Has never worked, even though we know he bought everything. He bought the INEC, he bought the judiciary. Look at the judiciary, it's in the mess.
In a serious mess.
How can you bring musicians, actors, national union members?
Imagine.
I'm telling you, people that has nothing to do with what the world is discussing on how to control emissions. What has those people got to contribute? This is just a way of showing Nigerians that Tinubu is just there to just mess up the system.
Honestly, we are in for.
He has continued, and we have continued to experience it. Dragging up to 1,500 delegation to Dubai. For what now?
I wonder. Even America have not done that.
I think the Senate are seeing these things. The civil rights organization are seeing it. I think this matter should be taken up seriously. PDP, Labour Party, Nigerian stakeholders, ethnic lords, all over Nigeria, youth leaders, nurse, students, they should question the rationale behind sending 1,500 delegations to Dubai.
Imagine. Only
For what? 1,000 for what?
The hotels will be booked, their feeding allowances, travel allowances, and all that.
Is the president sleeping? What about the special advisors, the Senate? Are they watching Nigerian government being executive, being thrown to the dustbin? Hard and democracy being rubbished by undemocratic elements that call the criminals that stole their way, that stole people's mandate to Asurok. Look at the mess now. This is the first time in the history of the world is alarmed by this kind of news.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, honestly.
And up to now,
I can't even
I
imagine that.
expect
I
by
can't
now,
imagine that.
I expect by now, what are the civil society, where are the activists in Nigeria? Where are they sitting calm? Where are they shutting down their ears?
They say,
Where are they closing down their eyes? Are they not seeing what is going on?
I wonder, my brother. One of the reviewers said they will not wake up. That Tinubu has continued this wastage. It is the wastage, the highest rascality, the highest impunity
Recklessness, you know.
expressed.
In fact, that's why a lot of people don't believe in this country. So that at least people, if there's a way, the United Nations, the world, the EU should look into this. The world leaders should look into this. Nigerians are dying. The economic system is 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 starting to rise home about. Prices of things are skyrocketing. Things are just upside down in Nigeria. Families can no longer take care of themselves. And this man had the God to send over 1,500 delegates, including actors,
Imagine.
national union members, all the abro, all of them are in Dubai.
Flexing.
All in the name of what?
It is their turn.
In the name of what? Why we continue to behave as if the black men, black nation, black race is cursed?
Honestly, my own major concern is that in why the doctors remunerations and welfare packages are not paid. I'm not taking care. All these lavishing, all these extravagances are being displayed. Lecturers are leaving the walls of the classrooms. Our universities are deserting, no lecturers. And that will, of course, have a very devastating effect on the, of course, on the students or undergraduates. And yet, this government seems not to be, of course, articulate or trying to find its path to stop this problem. What exactly is happening to this? Is that how Lagos, Nigeria should be run for the next 4 years?
It's going to be unfortunate if we continue like this. Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency, we know how he got there. Nigerians never voted for him. He wrote on stolen mandates, connived with the judiciary, the police, to destroy Nigerian democracy. Nigerian democracy is being destroyed by Tinubu. That's just the truth. So how will the doctors, professionals, people that went to school, spend thousands of naira, millions to get educated and to add value to the society, be watching how a president of a nation took over 1,500 people, irrelevant people, to a climate conference in Dubai?
Honestly, the unfortunate thing is that
What do you expect them to do?
most of these doctors, as why they are in Nigeria, always believe in one Nigeria, that Nigeria is indivisible. But they have seen that Nigeria, would not foster any better prospect for them. They are living, they are running away with their children, selling their properties, houses, cars, some to collect loans to leave the shores of the country. These are the same people who say that they believe in one Nigeria. Why can't they stay in one Nigeria and die and show that their love for their country? Isn't that the height of insincerity on their part? So I don't even blame them because most of them contributed to the pains and agony that has come to them. They thought it was just the ordinary masses, but now, even with their degree, with their professionalism, expertise, the same Nigeria has happened to them. So my sadness is that they left the shores of Nigeria. They would have been denied visa, let them stay here and suffer the same thing that children are but it's also suffering. It is quite sad.
Yes, very quite sad, and it's a sad one indeed. But let me just add one or two things in that regard. I want to make reference to a recent comment by a northern elder putting it straight to the Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that Nigerians are losing patriotism under his administration. That is Ango Abdullahi.
100, more than 100%.
You know, and it has come to reality now to everyone. Nobody want to understand whether he is a Yoruba, is an Igbo, or is a Northerner. No, people have come to the level of point of no return. People are losing interest in this country, and that is why we are seeing. Let's see, people would have said, okay, let's see if there are signs of competent leadership in Nigeria. People would have said, okay, we're going to be here and see how we're going to, grow out this country. But unfortunately, that has not happened, and that is why we are experiencing what we are experiencing now negatively. All those people that are saying Nigeria, one Nigeria, ask them deeply, if not sentiment. My person is there. My this thing. Down inside them, inside their heart, they don't believe in Nigeria. Even the government themselves, the leadership hierarchy of this country, do not believe in Nigeria. They do not believe in the unity of Nigeria. They do not believe in the unity of this country. They don't. They're only saying that because of the national treasury, they're about to loot. That is why it looks as if Nigeria is still standing. The foundations that the foundation of Nigeria has already been destroyed. There's no leadership. What we are saying here is just propaganda. One Nigeria, one Nigeria. Who told you that? Why are people running away? The same people that said a few years ago, yes, Nigeria is working. At the end of the day, you see them, reversing, taking another route. But this is, they cannot to live. They cannot to live. Even those abroad, Nigerians abroad, they know that Nigeria is a hell to be on, to be in, to live in. So
with this, could there be any future for this country? So I made a video yesterday. I was live yesterday. I was discussing about Femi Kuti's position. Sorry, Nigeria can never get better with the crop of leaders. And YouTube asked to sanction that video, say it's a copyright. I was just trying to analyze the system and the projections made by Fela Kuti, which is the reality happening, that they're going to continue to work Nigeria and the politicians can value the country, and Nigerians will be following like zombies without acting. It's quite sad, but that is the true and the sad realities. Thank you once again, for your patience.
thank you, viewers. Thank you.
Yes, we have Mr. Matthew. You're welcome, Mr. Matthew. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, we want you to comment on these very important issues here. 4,000 doctors will press lead the shores of this country, and an average politician will jet out of the country for medical checkups and medical trips with their families at the expense of the masses, Commonwealth. And you see this Dubai climate conference. Nigeria has 1,000, also 1,500 delegates. What are they going there to do? Are they going to divide Dubai or what?
To start with, I think that delegation is unnecessary because we are talking about public fund here, and what we are looking at is what the government of Nigeria is going there to present. I mean, the presentation of Mr. President. I think that is what is paramount. Not going there without number of delegation is unnecessary. As for me, it's unacceptable. And from the look of the delegation, when you look at the delegation, you understand that there are so many people who do not have business with climate change, who are not advocates of climate change. So for me, I think it amounts to spending on frivolities and wasteful spending, for me, if you ask me. Because though I'm yet to see the policy direction of this government in terms of climate change, if it were to be the last administration of Muhammad Buhari, I would have said this is a government of hypocrisy. Because on one hand, they will go out there to canvass in favor of climate change, but back here in Nigeria, their policy direction do not show the government as actually thinking in that direction, because that administration spends so much in oil exploration that is to further the use of fossil fuel. But let me wait to see the policy direction of this government in terms of climate change before I can assess the government in that direction. Then looking at the other issue that has to do with the mass exodus of medical doctors, I think it's quite unfortunate that the government is asking the residents to produce more doctors instead of addressing the root cause. It's well understood that the root cause has to do with welfare, has to do with the salary structure of the doctors. So asking the university to produce more doctors is like treating a disease with a wrong medicine, because obviously if you increase the number of doctors being produced, it means you have more doctors that will be leaving the shores of the country if you are not addressing the root cause. Because you cannot imagine a situation where your contemporaries in the UK, in Canada, in Russia, name it, are earning maybe times 20 of what we are earning here in Nigeria, and you expect those doctors to stay back here. Any doctor that I see in Nigeria is in Nigeria because he have not perfected his documents to leave. As far as I'm concerned, every doctor will always want to leave when the opportunity present itself.
And not just doctors, even lecturers also. There are scarcity of lecturers in universities, and the same thing is the same plague is affecting them, and also the IT techs.
No,
Experts are
obviously,
leaving.
every sector is getting its own fair share of bad administration in Nigeria. And unfortunately, the government seem not to be willing to address all these challenges that we are seeing in almost every sphere of life. Rather, what they do is apportion money. Let me even look at this year's budget. I understand that even the House is complaining that the detail is not the budget appropriation is not accompanied by details. So to that extent, let me see how they want to deliberate on it, how they want to ask the representative of the agencies of government, parasocial and other questions. Because as far as I'm concerned, the government is not willing to address the root cause of all these challenges. Rather, they are living on frivolities.
Is Nigeria tilted towards self-destruction? Because you said they are not willing to address this, and the impact, of course, is being felt negatively, which is destroying the entire fabric of our existence. What becomes of this country if someone is sick, you can't access medical care? I mean,
I think
the
it
masses
makes
are left.
no. The truth is that the government, because perhaps because the children of the ruling class, political class, are not suffering what the ordinary man is suffering. Because I understand that they have what it takes to take their children to better environment, to get better education, and if they have reason for medical attention, they have the resources to take their children or their close relatives to environment where they can have better health care. So I think that best explain the reason they are not interested in addressing all the challenges that is associated with it.
Just as you said, the budget proposal was just empty buses. There was no details.
Yes, from what we can understand.
How the money should be allocated or apportioned.
Except the House is able to ask the government, I mean the executive arm of government, to come up with the details so that they can deliberate and ask questions where necessary.
Of course, is it possible to present budget without details? In the first
No,
instance,
normally,
how would they scrutinize and, of course, criticize?
when I mean details, normally when you come up with the total amount that is being in the appropriation, and you have ministries and agency, the money that is allocated to each agency of government, each parastatal, haven't done that. You needed the details as to subheadings,
Yes.
XYZ, the amount that we expended, that is expected to be expended. I think that detail is what is lacking. And I believe National Assembly, particularly the Senate, should be bold enough to confront the executive and say, get all the details so that Nigerians can know the how money is being allocated to different areas of human endeavor.
Thank you. On the final note, what do you think Nigerians can do? Being trapped in this quagmire, kind
Um,
of motionless and despair.
I think what they can
From the
do,
government accountable who are taking undue advantage of the masses.
I think what they can do, the only instrument in the hands of the public is peaceful protests. I think when the need arises, Nigerians should rise to that occasion.
So you mean the need, there is no yet need for that?
The need have arisen, but what I'm trying to say in respect to this budget issue, because if the National Assembly refuses to do the needful, I think the citizens should be ready to engage the government on the streets to press on their demand. Because if you are spending about 20 something trillion on in the 2024 budget, Nigerians deserve the right to know the specifics, or how much is allocated to healthcare, how much is allocated to national presidential clinic. Of course, we deserve to know, have access to the detail as is contained in that budget. And if the government is not willing to do that, and National Assembly is not willing to put the necessary demand on the executive to do that, I think Nigerians should engage the government on the streets.
Thank you so much for your wonderful submissions.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate your time and eloquent submissions. Yes, of course, in France, please kindly hit the like buttons and share these videos while we continue this deliberations. Honestly, it's been quite sad and unfortunate. We have Mr. Dan here, of course, who will give in-depth analysis basis in his own perspective. Good morning, Mr. Dan. You're welcome to this political conference.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
We are discussing a very pathetic issue here that over 4,000 doctors, medical doctors, 10 consultants have left the shores of Nigeria. Your take on this?
Medical practitioners leaving the system is a trend that we may not be able to stop. Except government decide to do the needful in terms of fixing a lot of things in our country, fixing the economy, fixing security, and the general well-being of people must be addressed, and that is when health practitioners and people generally will begin to stem down the tide of leaving the country in drones. I mean, anything short of that. The right of movement is a fundamental one, and it can't be stopped as long as it is a fundamental right to move. Your job as a government is to look at why people are living and address those issues. Everybody wants a better life for himself or herself. So, government should concentrate on their own assignments and fix the country.
Are wondering, the delegates of Dubai for the climate change convention, Nigeria has over 1,411 delegates. For what? You have the musicians, you have the actors, you have the not members. What are they doing in climate change convention?
The climate change summit in Dubai has generated a lot of attention recently, especially because of the fact that the delegations from Nigeria are so large, over 1,000, just as you have expressed. In my view, government has also debunked the fact that that was the number that they had. They claim to have sponsored over 400 people to that summit. And for me, even I want to, if I should speak based on that over 400 people that have gone to Dubai, I still think, no, I mean government claimed that what they sponsored as government is about over 400, yes, over 400. That was what government claimed, and I think even at that 400 is too high in my estimation.
400 could mean
Uh,
anything that is above 400. So
so
problem is right.
I feel that they should have taken a much less number of people to that forum. Climate change issues uh, shouldn't be a program where you take that number of people to. If you look at what the amount that that will go up, I mean, you can be heading into billions by the time you do the math. So um, whether it is 400 or 1,000 plus, it is insensitive for a government of ours to embark on such trip with that number of people.
That is quite sad. What is the economic implications? The doctors are leaving, the university lecturers are also leaving, finding their way. The IT experts are leaving because of this country. Then who should be the country? And the government seems not to be interested in all this because they are less affected by all this exodus.
Of course, they are less affected. An average government official can join the next available flight to any part of the world to fix his or her health issues. And that is why they are not, or they may not be directly affected by this. It is Nigerians that will bear the brunt, and that is why platforms like this are opportunity for us to speak up, speak directly to government to urgently address such exodus of our professionals from the country, so that the effects that we are going to begin to see doesn't spell doom for the entire country. Don't forget, there was a report recently that some wards are being shut down in some of the general hospitals as a result of manpower deficiency. These are some of the effects of the exodus that we are seeing at the moment. So government must, as a matter of urgency, address these issues across all professional lines that are prone to this exodus that we are witnessing.
Well, it is quite sad. Thank you so much for the wonderful solutions.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much, esteemed fans. Please hit the like buttons. As a way of supporting us, if what you are doing, of course, is appreciated by you, kindly hit the like button, share, and of course, subscribe if you have not done so. Yes, this is where unbiased reportage of events is being expressed, of course, by all as sundry without any uh, partiality, without any form of sentiments here. I hope you have enjoyed this moment until we come your way in the next edition. Remember blessed and have a very fruitful, of course, week ahead. I remain Chigozie with the host anchor, wishing you the best of the seasons. Bye.